You're listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on Interfed Radio. Welcome to Living Nightmare After Hours Trash Talk Edition. With me in studio, Commissioner Brandon Madden. Commissioner, welcome to the show.
How's it going?
Oh man, you know what? I'm still worried about Commissioner Goldstein, who you have in the cellar now. So now uh we got two people hanging in the cellar now. Two people.
Yes.
Ah, and rumor has it that oh man, that this Crimson Curse is kind of in on this, and she has not denied it. So now I'm starting to believe that it could be a part of her, and maybe a treaty that her and Balin set off, because what I remember is that she got killed, right? Is that safe to say that she got killed at the interleague pay per
Yeah, the
view that we
collision
had,
course.
right?
Yep.
Oh man. And you know what? Anytime you have characters that cross realms and in this case are resurrected, you know, and this Balin guy is worrying me, man, because we've said it at the last show. Balin's powers stem beyond the LNL, and I think I think they're starting to show here in the LNL, because anytime you have the power to bring somebody back, that's troublesome.
Yep. Yep. It'll be interesting to see what develops from this. And if Sadako is if she is really part of this these kidnappings and stuff like that.
Well, speaking of Sadako, I mean, that manager's characters, like I said, have been, they're here in the Bronze. They're a part of the Bronze Age, and I think that's one of the great things that you and the other commissioners have done, in using a launching pad like Collision Course, has set off all these angles, and I think it's a beautiful thing, because it set off angles in the RWL where he had his characters that were, and I think we've mentioned this in the past, Commissioner, where when you have managers that play into the stuff that happens and aren't afraid to use what you're thrown or what's thrown at you, is amazing. And this manager didn't have to take it this route, but he did, and it opened up all these other angles that's going to allow us to to see someone like the undead bride come back was awesome. Because I was shocked when it happened. I was like, what do you mean the firecracker's gone? What do you mean
Queen of Spades.
the
Yeah.
Queen of Spades, and they're just gone? Like, those are awesome characters, and now we get this cycle's trash talk, and it's like, oh my god, here kitty kitty kitty, here kitty, and I'm like, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Those are some scary ass pets, no doubt about that.
Oh, oh man, you know what? And fitting to the Living Nightmare League. I mean, again, it hasn't been made official, but I kind of think that's Abernathy and was it Fields, Autumn Fields?
Autumn Fields, yes. I think
Yeah,
that
I think that's who they are. I'd much rather prefer them as their their human selves, but seeing them as kitties is kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy.
absolutely. But
Now,
yeah, and that's us gaining a former, IWA Women's World Champion. So in addition to the undead craziness and everything, we're also bringing a talented fighter to the LNL.
yeah, I mean the Crimson Curse, or is the real deal. Uh, I think we mentioned with Balin's you know with his, I don't want to call it revamping of but it's his takeover. I mean, this, he wheeled his way in and has, for a crazy league like the LNL, you know was, he's taken it into a different what is it, a different circle of hell.
Nice.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
and he's very hands on. You know what I mean, as far as
You mean
He's
hands
got a
off
lot.
from what I heard?
Well, yeah, you could mention
Oh,
that, but yeah,
oh man.
he's very hands on. He definitely wants things to go the way he wants his vision to come across, and it's gonna keep playing out over this next one. And
Yeah. Now I know we had mentioned his interaction. Now this last cycle, we got introduced to our what is it? Our commentators. Poor.
yes,
Now
poor
we
Randy
mentioned
from streaming.
we mentioned it in the commissioner show because Randy is gonna add some life and add some color commentating. But poor Randy isn't here by his choice. He's been shackled
No,
to the damn he's been shackled to the damn desk and uh I feel bad if shit hits the fan and he has to try and like run away or duck. He can't really go too far, so
no, he's stuck to that chair.
I'm
Bathroom breaks are brutal too,
gonna have to bring him the pan. Poor Randy. Now, but see, we are lucky to have someone like Balin around because if something does happen to Randy, we can always stitch him up or bring him back and kind of keep him around.
Absolutely.
Keep him around. Now, what can you tell me about this his co-host, the Trickster?
The Trickster, yes, from the very obscure movie Brain Scan. In the movie, he basically had this CD-ROM game that was called Brain Scan, and he would kind of play it for people, and they'd just start kind of losing their minds and having like like they didn't know what was reality and what wasn't. So he seemed like a cool character that I figured nobody would use, as one of the wrestlers there, and he kind of has a cool, strange look to him. So figured
Now,
he's gonna kind of be like he'll be like the lead announcer, but he's also gonna kind of be like the host. So he'll probably be the one that announces a lot of the stuff. That Balin may be too lazy to announce because he's got
busy
bigger and
busy
better
taking
things
off
to do.
people's body limbs.
Absolutely, he's busy torturing Pratt. So
Oh man.
but we
Now,
do, we do get a new. We get our. You'll get your first look at our backstage announcer this cycle.
nice.
That
Now,
person will be debuting.
before we move away from the trickster, you mentioned something that I thought was kind of cool because the CD-ROM, it kind of takes people into different realities, which also plays into this. I don't want to give away too much, but Balin got a gift from Pinhead,
He did. He got a puzzle box. So
and
basically, well, he's going to explain it this cycle.
yeah, but
But
it also has a little to do with like you just mentioned the trickster and going into alternate realities and I think
yeah,
we had mentioned it in the past with something we were trying to do in a different
right.
league where take the matches kind of away from the ring and I'll leave it at that because like I said we got more
Yeah.
coming this cycle but
Well, hey, you know what? And honestly, like I said, I don't mind kind of explaining like just what the thought process is kind of like the way I see it is kind of like I obviously these guys are not fighting in like a regular you know wrestling ring in Ohio or wherever, you know what I mean, like this is kind of in like the LNL is its own like kind of environment is the way I kind of look at it. And kind of having that like kind of like maybe like a Roman Coliseum kind of thing where they fight down there. There's a ring down there, but you don't have to use the ring. You don't have to, whatever.
yes.
And
I
my
mean,
ring,
when you got creatures like the fox
right?
woman around, a ring sometimes. I mean, maybe a bigger, huge ring, huge ring
Yeah,
like
right.
so.
Well, and then so there, like you had said, we had talked about in that other league that we would, it'd be cool to be able to go through different portals and stuff and do just crazy stuff like that. And so I was like, thinking, well, I could do like portals maybe around the arena kind of deal where you can just like the swamp monster could grab somebody and take him through a portal and they end up in the swamp. So where he's kind of got the advantage there. Like maybe Jason
Yes.
takes somebody to Crystal Lake or, so on and so forth. But then Sean had this genius idea about the whole puzzle box thing with Hellraiser, and I have not seen Hellraiser in years and years and years and years. But yeah, so that's kind of the deal. Is I'm thinking we'll have it near ringside, and like if somebody grabs it during a match, they can use it to, transport. And then if somebody doesn't want to use it, if they think, hey, it's a stupid idea, then they never have to use it in their match. You know what I mean? So it kind of works out both ways. You can use it
Yes.
to your advantage, or if you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. So that's kind of, we'll build off that as we go
Yes.
along.
I like it. I mean, it just gives you. And again, we're talking, Living Nightmare League. This is 18 and over. Yeah, for people listening that aren't a part of the LNL, this is definitely a non-traditional league. I mean, we got monsters
Right.
galore, and we just got, we got an abundance of new monsters that have come to the show, and I can't wait to see what these guys have in store, brother.
Yep.
Oh man, now. Oh, I know we mentioned TerrorVision the last time, but just in case you missed the commissioner show, go back and listen to it, or in case you run out of time and this is the only one you get to listen to. TerrorVision is our new show. It's our new what did you call it? ECW.
Yeah, well, you had mentioned like the Raw or SmackDown, but I think it's much,
Much more
much more
gruesome.
violent than, yeah. So I would say if, I was a huge ECW fan, so, you know, but obviously instead of using chairs and tables, we have knives and, you know, people that rip people's testicles off or drop arenas on people. So
Nice, nice. Now, as I'm scrolling down, I run into I guess this is one of these guys has to be Sam, and
yeah,
and Dr. Decker. It looks like DIE is here, and we're all gonna be fucked.
I
Gonna
was
be-
just about to say that. Yeah, according to them, we are fucked.
oh man, and you know
Yes,
what? And it is fitting that they covered covered the word, because even, I mean, we do say it is 18 and over, but there
yeah,
is little censorship still in place. We want more the gore than the cursing. Yeah, definitely let
right,
let
right,
out.
right.
Yeah, but we're looking for the gore. We're looking for the cynical. We're looking for the evil. I mean, you know,
Yes,
and that, I think that plays well into the theme of the league. This is Living
yeah.
Nightmare, and uh, yeah, I mean, but
Yeah,
more than
yeah,
anything,
we don't need comments or trash talk that is just f this, f that, f that. You know what I mean? It's just,
yeah,
but you can use your swear words wisely. You know what I mean?
yes, oh yeah, there's definitely a I guess a proper way, if that even fits with this league, but yeah, use them
Of course,
wisely, I think is better said.
I'm kind of a hypocrite because when you see the name of the pay per view,
What? No, Commissioner. Hey,
assuming Kim and them don't pull that out of there.
no, I think if they let this one go, I think they'll let the other one go too, brother.
Yeah. So,
Oh
yeah.
man. Now, moving into the Balin era, you still have a little or a few characters because things in the IWA happened at a slower pace with the back and forth. It is still a play by mail game, even though we're in this day and age of social media where instant gratification and everything happens so quickly.
Right.
Uh, but we did get my favorite Lou and the gang still kind of paying a little homage and a little tribute to the Pale Man. So they were kind of, they had their moment of silence for the Pale Man.
Yes.
You know,
I love the Pale Man character. I thought that was an awesome character.
yeah, but I mean, if and that's one of those characters that I think you chop off his head, but if he doesn't he see with his arms? Doesn't he? Aren't his eyes on his hands?
That's true.
Yeah, so maybe he's not officially done. Just saying.
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
Never know with that Pale Man. Okay, maybe he's like a worm. Maybe his head just grows back.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Oh man.
And as far as Lou and the crew go, yeah, I'm all about them. They can always post, their little show. I'm good. I'm good with it every cycle. It's always entertaining.
Yeah, it's a nice little recap of everything going on. Of course, everybody knows Lou's my favorite brother, but because yeah, Herb, I'm definitely not going anywhere near Herb, man. Oh yeah, but now a lot going on here. Shout out to the Swamp Monster. As you can tell, the fans in the background are getting excited for the Swamp Monsters. Finally got some trash talk. Finally got some trash talk from him.
Yes.
Now, and here's one thing I'm going to mention, and I think we pick on Timmy enough that Timmy is like an ongoing theme around here. Timmy, we love you, but sometimes you have to use the stuff that we talked in other places how the commission with especially with today's access to social media and working with other managers. Sometimes you just got to use what's given to you, what's thrown at you, and work behind scenes to bring forth a new show because the Swamp Monster has somebody coming after him.
Yes, sir.
And you can't just look away because if you look away, you're going to be in trouble here, big time trouble. Because it seems like the Swamp Monster took his eyes off of the prize to look a little bit higher and maybe looking towards another prize. But, in an angle-based driven league like the LNL, you need to keep your focus on task at hand. And right now, the only thing Swamp Monster should be worrying about is Barnabas fucking Slade. Because you can't overlook Slade, brother. You can't. There is, and if you think you're just going to look towards Akuma and look towards the Underworld title, not going to happen here. That's not the way this place rolls.
Well,
because I guarantee you, your head.
You know what though? I mean, he's got something to work with because Barnabas was hunting him. If you take a look at the trash talk in there, but he kind of got, obviously the swamp is the Swamp Monster's territory, so he knows, and he ended up kind of letting Slade pass him. So now he's kind of following Slade, even though Slade thinks he's following the Swamp Monster. So,
oh, nice!
A perfect opportunity for the Swamp Monster to do some damage.
Oh yeah, and come on, I mean Timmy, I'm gonna pick on you some more, brother, because I love you. You're in a lot of leagues, here trash talk is definitely gonna, like I said, we're gonna push trash talk to the fullest here. Even if we are pulling some teeth and helping you, through this, because we want your characters to, just pop,
Yep.
not literally pop, but we want them to come to life. I know the Swamp Monster, is, I don't even know enough about the Swamp Monster, right? Every time I think of Swamp Monster, I think of the Toxic Avenger more than just the Swamp Monster. The Toxic.
I definitely would be cool hearing about maybe the origin story of the Swamp Monster. How did he become the Swamp Monster and stuff like that? That'd be kind of badass to hear about.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, you know what? There you go. Like I said, I know we're picking on you, Timmy, because I said we talked to you enough where we feel comfortable, kind of pushing some stuff your way. But yeah, maybe giving us a little background story, and then come back and maybe have Barnabas, so I don't know. I don't want to write your trash talk for you, brother. But like, give us more. We want more. We're I know
because he comes up with lots of cool characters, so it'd be cool to learn more about all of them.
I'm right there with you, brother. Now, speaking of people that want more, the Sith. They've taken one and all out. Even though they still have, I mean that rivalry with the Catfish Gang is never going away. They will always. I mean, they've been at it so long. That's one of those things that is a never-ending thing. The Catfish Gang and the Luchador / Sith will always have bad blood. They'll always have tension. There's nothing that can mend that wound right there.
Right.
But aside from the Catfish Gang, they've taken one and all out. I mean, even the premier, the cynical Dr. Frankenstein and his gang, they've gone through him and all the patients. and they want more. And I think you were mentioning that Balin might have something for them.
Yes, yes, yes. He's definitely gonna meet with the Sith this cycle and have some conversations about some things.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we like we like the way the Skeksis came in. The Skeksis looked like they weren't when you have what a 63 match you know endurance test like the Sith had for the
Right.
Skeksis. I think it wore them out. The poor Skeksis. Who knows? Maybe they need a couple more dark crystals to kind of get some more energy or something. But yeah, the Sith Lords are definitely overwhelming at times, brother,
Oh yeah.
with the amount of action they put you through. But I'm curious to see what Balin has in store for them, brother.
Yep. Should be
Now,
interesting.
now we had mentioned the curse, the Crimson Curse, and we mentioned this in the Commissioner show how some of the RWL's characters got kind of kidnapped and haven't been seen for a while, or haven't been seen
Yeah.
since that last cycle. So, is it safe to blame this girl now? Is it safe to is she still a human? Is she what is she? She's just I don't even know how to characterize her because I still know she has you know her undead side.
Yeah, it seems like she's kind of got two different sides now. Like I don't remember her ever being like that in the RWL. So it seems like her normal side, or or maybe human side is kind of fighting in there, but then obviously you got the monster side of her. And maybe that was
Yeah, I
something
mean,
that
she definitely
excuse me, maybe that was something to do with how she came back. Maybe that the curse was the only way to come back.
yeah.
So
I know she's a fan of the Fox woman. I mean,
yes. And
so
Warblaze is a fan of hers. He was checking her out
oh
in the
no,
one thing.
oh dang Warblaze. Oh man. Yeah, so I'm curious as to her pets or I don't want yeah, her pets, right?
Yeah, yeah, they're pets.
Yeah, I mean I much rather see I'd much rather see Abernathy and Fields,
Right.
but yeah, these I mean horns or no horns.
Yeah,
Which do you
they,
prefer?
they definitely they definitely look a lot different than they did when they were in the RWL. Assuming it's those two ladies.
Yeah,
They,
I know I'm making these assumptions, but
they're a little hairier. It looks like.
yeah, it definitely got a little more fuzz to it. But maybe they're going to need this kind of transformation to survive here. Because I mean,
Right.
we've seen the what Catfish Rob has gone through his Wolfman
Right.
his Foxman transformation. So yeah, maybe it
Yeah.
is necessary to survive.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Speaking of the catfish, we talked about how he's kind of gone through that persona. Did I read it right where they said he killed did they kill like 500 people or something like that?
oh yes, he's on a warpath
It's like, geez.
now. Foxman and the Wolfman are on a killing spree. And now, was it Warblaze that was taking a break at one of the local bars, and then kind of was it the
Yeah,
Wolfman that because as Foxman and the Foxwoman are out there killing, this poor Wolfman Joe guy is not doing too good.
yeah. No, he.
Oh,
I'm not exactly sure what happened, but all we know is that Warblaze, Aiden Brimstone, and Provis came walking out of the back of the bar. They walked past the Crimson Curse. That's when Warblaze was checking her out for a sec, and then all of a sudden he walked up to the Fox woman and kind of just stared at her, stared her down. And then they left, and then once they left, somebody came screaming saying that was it the Wolf Man? He was basically crucified in the back with some knives through his arms. So
Oh, poor. You know what? Now you're starting trouble with Morbius because we're trying so hard to keep this guy alive, and we were protecting him from Dr. Frankenstein, and now it looks like we're gonna have to, kind of protect him from Warblaze and the gang, man. This is not cool,
well,
man.
I can tell you that Warblades, it's nothing personal. I think he's got his eyes set on the Fox woman. He's
Oh,
heard
get that.
he's heard the
You know
rumors.
what? You keep your eyes off of Fox women because then you're gonna start squeaky up. It just starts.
Right.
Oh man, yeah. No, I mean, and I think it's healthy for the Catfish gang. Now that we have some new cast members, uh, maybe they're overlooking their friends. Maybe they got to keep a little closer, tight, tight knit group because Wolfman is yeah, poor Wolfman. He's always getting the short end of the stick, or in this case,
Yeah.
getting literally getting pinned to the sticks, literally getting.
Yeah.
Oh man. Now, I think we had mentioned these new guys, and I'm worried about them, brother, because they're coming to one of the deadliest leagues in the IWA, and I don't know if Sam's gonna survive here. I really don't. I mean, they did good on the title page, so they came and they got some gold. So at least they're gonna make Dr. Decker a little happy, because the collector, that's what he likes.
Right. Yeah. It'll be interesting. Sam is not definitely not. He's not Sam I am from the Green Eggs and Hams deal. So I think he's a
No,
little more
definitely
deadly.
not.
He's a little more deadly than that. But yeah,
You know
interesting.
what? But
This.
we're
Oh, go
gonna have to
ahead.
start charging. We're gonna have to start charging Sam and his crew for breaking our equipment, man. Because it's bad. It's hard enough to find cast members to carry the damn equipment,
Right.
but when you start, breaking our equipment and scaring our cast, man, we got gonna have a little trouble.
Yeah. No, I agree. Especially yeah, because we killed like half. Ballon killed like half of probably what's Pratt's staff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like we gotta yes, we can afford to be having stuff destroyed. But I do like the name of the group, Die. I'm interested to see what's coming from them. I like the names. The Collector, that sounds badass. Dr. Decker. I'm assuming he's not a normal doctor. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of doctors in this league.
Hey,
We
you know
got
what?
Frankenstein.
With as many people getting stabbed and decapitated, the more the merrier.
Yeah, but I
Now,
haven't seen like any of these doctors like patch anybody up or anything. You know?
what? What, dude? Come on now. We've talked about this already, bro. If it wasn't for Doctor Hyde giving them red balloons, you know,
Yeah. I
I
mean, yeah, maybe he had a hole in his neck and he tied the balloon around his neck to.
I told, yeah, you just, thinking he's hanging people from balloons and stuff. He's patching them
Yeah.
up and helping out. Now, we lost that crew. Pennywise, I
What?
guess, wasn't a fan of getting a balloon, and maybe just he's one of these clowns that doesn't like balloons. But I didn't see Pennywise this cycle. I did see One Eye Willie. I
No,
did see.
Pennywise was there. Pennywise, he was inactive. It looks like. So we'll give him a the benefit of the doubt. You know, obviously you get choked out with your own balloon.
Yeah,
Maybe he needed to take a cycle.
yeah. I think the one crew that came and I think is poor. I felt bad for poor One Eye Willie because we had a couple people crucified upside down this cycle.
Yeah, one I really too. Yeah,
Yeah. And I think my favorite new character is this Aiden Brimstone. This it's gonna be hard to put somebody in a chokehold when their head's on fire.
yeah, and definitely he looks badass. And yeah, he
I
doesn't
mean,
doesn't need the heart. He seems to be working fine without the heart.
yeah, could you imagine someone like the Fox man who's all furry trying to put this guy in a he's gonna catch fire. It
Oh
catch on
yeah.
fire.
The smell of burnt hair goes through the arena.
Oh, dude, it's over. All these furries, all these that's trouble right there, brother.
Yeah.
But now, in terms of, I mean, not to overlook Sam and the gang. I mean, I know, definitely Sam is going to be the vocal, the microphone or the yeah. Because I didn't see any of the other ones talk, or was I wrong? I think it was just it
No,
was
I think
just
it was
Sam.
mostly Sam talking. Yeah, I think it was Sam talking the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm. So we'll see. Maybe
Oh,
yeah. Again, I know they're a new cast, so hopefully we get a little more information on the rest of these. Is Sam even one of the
yeah.
wrestlers, or am I mistaken him?
Sam is. Yeah, he's one of them. I especially like the line where he was talking about the jack o' lantern, about don't ever blow out the jack o' lantern before midnight strikes.
What? Blow out the jack o' lantern? Who yeah. And again, I always forget because the IWA works in a different time frame. This was our quote unquote Halloween edition, so that was kind of cool to see a little reference to the season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh man. Now, we had mentioned I think the transformation that RoboCat is going through.
Yes.
And you know what? He's always had trouble understanding how to get meaner, or how to get tougher, or how to become a little uh, more of a threat, I guess.
Right.
And I think having access to Johnny Five and the Nova is going to take RoboCat into a whole new level of evil, because I think that's the biggest issue, is that deep down inside, RoboCat is still RoboCat. He's still just a pussy. So I think having access to the technology and the evil people behind the Nova Corp, that want to make a pretty much a weapon, and I think them weaponizing RoboCat is gonna be interesting. I feel bad for Squeaky, because Squeaky's gonna end up, just running for his dear life, and think he might join Bigfoot up in the hills. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
this is an interesting team of RoboCat and Jonathan Five. It's an interesting.
Well, I'm
The
curious. I'm curious as to the people behind the team, because Nova Corp is I think going to be the key right there, because
right.
you have two robots, two androids that are going to be acting on behalf of this Nova Corp. And what's the what do they call it? What's their goal? What's the Nova Corp
Yeah.
trying to do? Main
What's their
objective.
agenda? Yeah.
There you
Yep.
go. Because RoboCat, we know he's just trying to become tougher. And I think having that access, and having the controllers of Nova Corp in the background, is definitely gonna help out. Who knows? I know Jonathan Five knows he's a weapon. And if they can turn RoboCat into a weapon, even if they are weapons, what are they here for? What is Nova Corps trying to take over this place? Is Nova Corps trying to get rid of the monsters? Are they trying to get rid of some monsters? So I think that's a nice angle to build on, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen with them.
Yeah, it should be interesting. That's a interesting team to keep an eye on.
Now, oh, Morbius, and looks like Wolfman Joe, who's currently hanging upside down on a cross. Uh,
Yes.
Maybe before he got tied up on that cross, he's not done. He said he wants Morbius in a strap match. So, you
Yes, at the
know,
pay-per-view.
yeah, so I can't, and again, Morbius, his main objective is to keep him alive. So if we can keep him at the pay-per-views, and obviously we lost focus and lost track because he's hanging on a cross right now. So we got to do a better job of keeping that guy safe, man. But yeah, I definitely want to see Morbius versus Wolfman Joe in a strap match because as long as I can, if I
Absolutely.
can keep him, if I can keep him in a close, close vicinity, I think either both of us are going to get killed together, or at least, at least we can keep him there, But yeah, so I can't wait to get him in a rematch at the pay per view. So we got one match signed at the next pay per view for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh man. Um, Now the Skeksis we mentioned, we missed the Skeksis this cycle. Again, anytime you get an endurance round with the Sith Lord, it takes a lot out of you. So hopefully next cycle we get the Skeksis back because I bought a lot of shirts and
Yes.
I don't want to start using the shirts to hang people or to clean up around here.
Right.
I think we're gonna have to pick up the custodial responsibilities around here, Commissioner, because we're losing staff members.
Maybe we can get Goldstein to send over Stanley Spadowski. He can come
Hey now,
clean
there
that
we
load
go.
up.
Come on over, Stanley. We got plenty of blood to clean up over here. Oh man. Now, Commissioner, I know we're going back and forth. Looks like what's going on with Claude Holiday? Is he him
Yeah.
and
I don't know. It seems like Claude Holiday took a phone call from an unknown person, so not sure who that is. And he basically just said, kind of, we can handle it. And usually his crew that he rolls around with are Barnabas, Slade, and Otis.
the
Um,
Parliament of Evil, baby?
the Parliament of Evil. So he said, "Give me 48 hours to secure the equipment, and we got a deal." So he's got them involved in something. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly it is.
You know what? After seeing the sneaky Dr. Frankenstein and what he was kind of conjuring up, the last time we saw Frankenstein and the gang, he was brewing something, and it looks like he was leaving Y and Z out of the equation, if I'm
Yep.
not mistaken. So
Yes.
maybe this is Frankenstein on the other end, uh,
Maybe.
buying some equipment or get or putting or giving him some equipment or something. Who knows?
Yeah. You know what? We didn't hear from Frankenstein this time, and I think it could be because he's busy. You know what I mean? He's in the lab. He's doing something.
That makes me worry right there, brother. Because yeah, anytime that guy is brewing something up, I start shivering, brother. Because yeah, that
Yep.
guy's that guy's always up to no good. I mean, that's what started me trying to help out Wolfman, man. He tried to stick Wolfman with a needle, try to take some blood from Wolfman and from Morbius. So it always brings chills down my spine. But
Yep.
I it and to I think one last thing I gotta mention, brother, is Sinister Boggle. The
Yes.
year the year is coming to an end. We got a pay-per-view coming up. Sinister Boggle, if you're listening, cash in that head because the year is gonna end, and poor Reverend Boswell's rotten head is starting to smell, and definitely got to make room for the next box. I feel bad for the next head because if we're still going to use the same box, are you gonna pop for a new box? Or are you going to use the same box, or what's going on?
Yeah.
you going to use the same
We'll at
stinky box?
least, maybe we'll clean the box out. Hose it out
There we go.
or something. I don't know.
You know what? I think you just leave it as is, dude. I think those blood stains and all the blood, kind of seeping through the box will add character.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Yeah. As
But
long
if
as it
you
doesn't
if
get
you
too soggy and fall apart.
yeah, I mean, hey, now to before we go, too far into the unknown. Uh, I know we started or we had hinted in the commissioner show about the Bronze Age traveling tag team titles. Is that safe to
Yes.
say so?
So
Okay,
I believe that it has started.
nice.
Um,
And again, I don't want to put too much out there that's coming up, but just want to throw it out there for probably one of the greatest LNL tag teams, Jason and Michael. Again, I
Yes.
know there's a lot going on, and there's some new, quote unquote, some new factions, some new fractions, some new teams that have, come in, to the LNL. So definitely want
Yep.
to, and of course they are the premier tag team here, so we definitely want to
Yep.
keep them in the loop and want to hear some more. And
Oh yeah, we'd love to hear from them. They obviously dominant tag team. They're defending their titles at this coming tour at the Terror Vision 2. They're the main
nice,
event against two of the Skeksis members.
nice.
Um, but yeah, something I kind of noticed on here was the very, very last part. So our other resident physician, Dr. Hyde, he kind of mentioned it just said he's been seen around, behind the arena beating the crap out of camp counselors. So I don't know. To
Oh
me, does that kind of
no!
seem? Could he be going after Jason? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, who else?
if he's in the camp, he's definitely definitely looking for Hey, I
Right,
mean, if he's taking out the counselors, that means there's only one person left there.
right. Well, and that's gonna probably piss Jason off too because that's his job to kill the counselors, right?
Yeah, oh hell yeah, that would piss off Jason, man. That's how he has his fun.
Hyde's taking all of his playtime away, So
Oh, that's you know what? That's not good for Hyde. Let me just say that.
nope, nope, not at all.
Oh man. Well, Commissioner, did we miss any? I know I know I mean we just started rambling. We forgot we didn't even go through these one by one. I just making sure we didn't miss anybody. Oh,
Yeah,
wait a
no,
minute.
I think we covered it all, or did we?
Yeah, the Puppet Master. How could we forget the Puppet Master?
Oh, yes. Yeah, who the hell is the puppet master? I do like the picture though. That's cool.
Hmm. Yeah, that was cool. Ah, so the Puppet Master is here. Watch out. I'm so pumped up, brother. I mean, I'm curious to see how these new angles build. And again, we're getting ready to end this year and start a new one. And as we started last year, uh, we've started with the Catfish Awards. So we got a second installment of the Catfish
Nice.
Awards coming. So be on the lookout for that. So just a heads up.
I love it. Can't wait
No,
to. I enjoyed the catch watch or listen to the Catfish Awards last year, so can't wait to run that back again.
yeah, Catfish Rob is a legend here in the IWA, and I think some of the stuff that he's done here in the LNL is always worth recapping and looking back on a year of fun. A year of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Commissioner, we're gonna go ahead and sign this one off. Any last thoughts? Any last words?
No, I just want to thank everybody for being a part of the league, for contributing to the league, whether it's through matches or trash talk or whatever. And just lots of cool stuff I got planned, and just hope everybody enjoys it.
Oh yeah, I know I am, brother. Said you guys send in that trash talk. Keep it gruesome. Remember, this is Thanksgiving week coming up, so they want the matches and trash talk
Oh
in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
by Monday. Monday, Monday, Monday. So that means I
Right,
got to send it in right now. I got to send it in now.
right. That means
All right.
Sunday night I'll be doing trash talking. No, but the other thing too is everybody. I posted on the Facebook board just the different people that like the Colossal Champion gets 5 free matches. Was it Wolfman Rob that won the excuse me that won the commissioners tournament? He gets 25 free matches. Just everybody that's got the free matches, and I think the 6-man team with like Rex. Of course, I'm drawing a blank off the top of my head here, but
Die.
Jake.
Die. Oh
No,
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 it
it was
wasn't die.
the
It
six
was
man champs. It was
the
DOD.
Wolfman gang. Yeah, the DOD
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, they got 5 free matches for retaining. So everybody that's got your free matches, just don't forget to send them in, and because you earned them.
Yes, sir. Oh man! All right, guys, you've been listening to Living Nightmare After Hours here with Commissioner Brandon Madden and myself, IWA Flip. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.